The sector of a circle is a part of a circle that is made up of two radii and one arc. Now the arc can either be a minor arc or a major arc. Now you can take a look at the screen and you can see this circle with a sector showing there, and of course the sector subtends an angle at the center of the circle. Like I said earlier, the sector is made up of two radii and an arc. The arc can either be a minor arc or it can be a major arc. Now these two arcs, minor and major, together form the circumference of the circle as we're seeing on the screen. Now, we can be required to find either the area or perimeter of the sector. Knowing that the sector is made up of two radii and one arc, if you are asked to determine the perimeter of the sector, what do you do? Simply, it is the addition of the two radii to the length of the arc. Here on the board, we've got this question. It's about the sector of a circle of radius 3.5 centimeter, and this sector subtends an angle of 315 degrees at the center of the circle. We are required to find the perimeter of the sector. Now the angle that the sector formed here is 315 degrees. This angle is a reflex angle. A reflex angle is greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. It is interesting to note this, that if the angle subtended at the center of the circle is a reflex angle, then you're actually calculating the major part of that circle. Is that okay? So in this case, the sector we are calculating is the major sector. Although diagram is not required to solve this problem, but just for the sake of emphasis, I would like to draw the diagram, because at the end of explaining how you solve this problem, I would like you to do something for me quickly. Okay, so we have our circle, alright, and then say this is the center of the circle. This is one radius, this is another radius, so we have two radii. Let us take the center as O. Let me label this point on the circumference as A, and then this point, let me call it B. Now you notice that AB along this circumference of the circle, this curve, is an arc. It's the minor arc, and it subtends an angle here, theta. Is that okay? You can call the angle whatever you want to call it anyway. And then you have this other part. This is the major arc. Alright, this is the major arc, and it subtends this angle here. This is a reflex angle. Is that okay? It's a reflex angle. Reflex angle, as in this case, 315 degrees. Let me just put it here, 15 degrees. And so, since the angle is 315 degrees, okay, the sector whose perimeter we are actually to calculate is this sector with this radii and this major arc. Is that okay? Not this minor arc. The angle subtended here, this one of this minor arc, is usually an acute angle or an obtuse angle. An acute angle is less than 90. An obtuse angle is greater than 90 but less than 180. So that one gives us this, that angle, either acute or obtuse, is formed by the minor arc. Is that okay? But once the angle is greater than 180 but less than 360, then the angle is subtended by the major arc of the circle. Is that clear? I have a reason why I'm explaining this, because at the end of this video lesson, I would like you to do something and drop your comments, alright, in the comment section. Let us interact and see what we can do in case your examiner chooses to test you on this aspect of what I'm going to tell you at the end of solving this problem. Okay, so going to solve the perimeter of a sector, all we have to do is add these two radii, is that okay, to the value of the length of this major arc. And so the perimeter of a sector, let me use P sector for it, is equal to 2r plus theta over 360 times 2 pi r. That 2r is simply the addition of the two radii. R plus R. These are radii, okay, and they have the same value, 3.5 cm. Is that okay? Good. So add the two radii to the length of an arc. The length of an arc, whether minor or major arc, is given as theta all over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay, so 2 pi r theta divided by 360. This is the formula of the perimeter of a sector, and you are expected to memorize it. Okay, please memorize the formula so that once you are calculating the perimeter of a sector, just smile. With the information given to you, write out the formula. Next thing, you substitute. Replace the value of the variable, okay, given to us in the question. Our radius is 3.5 centimeter, so we're going to substitute there. So that is 2 times 3.5 centimeter. No need of converting the centimeter to meter. You don't have any reason for that. It's not necessary when you are doing this calculation. Then theta is 315 divided by 360, then times 2 pi r. Our pi is 22 over 7, then radius 3.5. So all you have to do is press this in your calculator and then see what you're going to get. 2 times 3.5 will give us 7. Then let us work out the other part, board maths. Work on the multiplication side. Then once you get from this part and this part, you add them together. So at this point in time, I would like us to get our calculator as we press this to see what we are going to get. I would reach out for my calculator. So get yours, please. Alright, so 360 times 7. I used to remember in those days when we work at this, you know, when we were in school. And then I could remember that denominator will always give, is it 2520 or so. Alright, I'd like to just remind myself of that. 360 times 7. Good. 2520. I've not forgotten that. Okay, so let's go, please. 315 multiplied by 2 times 22 times 3.5. I've told you that 360 times 7, at least I could still have that memory there, will always give us 2520. That's 2520. If you work on that, this gave me 19.25. And so adding up this 19.25, the perimeter of the sector, if you add it up to this 7, let's find out what we are going to get. 7 plus 19.25. So I got 26.25. Perimeter is the same as the distance around the shape you are dealing with. So the perimeter of this sector is 26.25. And of course, going back to our option, the correct answer is what? D. So that is how simple we calculate the perimeter of a sector. Remember the formula, 2r plus theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Where that theta over 360 times 2 pi r is the formula for calculating the length of an arc. So remember that in case in our further videos, if we choose to solve a problem on length of an arc, it's expected that you know the formula already. Okay, now this is the work I want you to do. I already explained that this perimeter we are calculating is perimeter of the major sector. Reason, the angle given to us is 315 degrees. Is that okay? 315 degrees. What if I want you to calculate the perimeter of this minor sector? This one. Is that okay? How do you obtain it? Please, I would like you to solve it and drop your answer in the comment section. I will review it. Is that okay? Hope to see you in our next video lesson.